20 Treasures. Rachel Hart from the University of St Andrews talks about the Papal Bull foundation of the university.
When the call came out for 20 Treasures of archives for Scotland, it was really a no-brainer to me, representing the University of St Andrews archival collections, to put forward our Papal Bull foundation for the university. This is the preeminent document within the university's own archive. It is the bull, the letter from the Pope from 1413, which established the university, and the University of St Andrews is the first university in Scotland, the third university in the English-speaking world, and the 50th university in Europe. And although it's not the oldest item in our collection, it is certainly the most significant, and it's the one on which the whole foundation of the university is based. So it really was a bit of a no-brainer to put that forward because of its local, national and international significance. The bull, or the papal letter, was one of 6 letters which were issued in 1413 by Pope Benedict XIII, and it was issued to establish and allow the granting of degrees by the university. At that time, only the Pope or the Holy Roman Emperor could actually establish a university, and the particular Pope to whom Scotland was affiliated was actually the anti-Pope. He wasn't based in Rome, he was based out of Spain, and Benedict XIII was and remained the wrong Pope in some eyes. However, I'm delighted to say that when he was superseded by the Roman Pope, his decrees were not cancelled. So our bull, or authentication of established foundation of the university, was actually validated by his successor. The 6 documents that came to St Andrews in 1414 were greeted with great celebration and magnificence. The contemporary chronicler Walter Bower said that there were solemn services in the cathedral, grand processions of clergy, and even street parties in which citizens indulged in boundless merrymaking and kept large bonfires burning in the streets while drinking wine in celebration. Sounds a bit like a student celebration today. But through those documents arriving, the future of the town of St Andrews and of the Scottish University and of the Scottish nation had been established. 1413 is a date which is rather a strange one in terms of the history of the university. This document validates a decree from 1411 of our Bishop Henry Wardlaw, who had already established a general school in the town of St Andrews, but at that time it couldn't actually grant degrees. But this general school was based around the masters and scholars at the Priory of St Andrews, which had been here since the 12th century, and where the tradition of visiting on pilgrimage to see the bones of St Andrew was very well established. So St Andrews was at the heart of the religious life of the nation. It had an active monastery and an active place of scholarship. So in a way, it was the obvious place to found a university. It's likely that this bull survives because it was kept with the records of St Mary's College, which was founded in the 16th century, but which remained on its site throughout its existence, and indeed is still on the site in South Street in St Andrews. And the bull was stored in a charter chest there, with its little bullar, its lead seal tucked inside a small parcel within the charter cabinet. And it came into the university archive, and for our 600th anniversary, it was conserved and made fit to go on display. So the bull now is something of which we're extremely proud. We show it to people on special occasions in the University Museum. It comes out every graduation, and it's also used for teaching within various schools, not just manuscript studies and history, but also, for example, by the School of Management when they're talking about corporate identity and the foundation of businesses. They use our papal bull to identify how the university itself was founded. The document is very densely written. It's quite difficult to read. It's in typical papal hand, but it's fantastic for giving a view of life in St Andrews at that time, because it describes the university community before it really was a university, and it gives a list of the people who were associated with the university in 1411, which really gives a highlight of what might have been the people who were associated beyond the normal masters and scholars and students. So we have a list of people including writers, stationers, parchment makers, and their wives, children, and maidservants. And all those people were supposed to enjoy the privileges of the new university, and that's embedded within the bull. So it's an amazing document. It's hugely significant to the university. It's significant to the nation because we are the first university in Scotland, and it's significant internationally because it's a very rare survival of the anti-pope Benedict XIII. There's no registered copy of this document in Spain where it was issued, so there is only this one unique surviving document, and we were really pleased that it was selected to be one of the 20 treasures.
For more information, visit www.scottisharchives.org.uk/treasures.